What we call the economy is a boots-on-the-ground phenomenon.
Economics is around us every day in every way.
And University of Texas at Austin economist Charity Joy Acciardo is great at seeing economics in the everyday.
It's not just rocket science, it's common sense.
So forget the big data stuff. Today, we're looking at weird economic indicators that, when you think about them, actually make sense. First, let's fire up the U-Haul index. People do one-way truck rentals when they move, so hot relocation cities have too many trucks, and the cities people are leaving don't have enough. But you can't just count the number of trucks on the lots, because companies use pricing to encourage all of us to help spread those trucks back out across the country.
So Texas, for instance, is one of those places that's been in high demand, and that means that if you're going to rent a truck to go to Texas, it's going to cost you a little bit more.
So say California to Texas will be pricey, but
if you put the exact same trip in backwards, I want to move from Texas to California, it's going to cost you a lot less.
So the idea is to compare the relative cost of one-way rental routes.
It's kind of a leading indicator in that sense. If there are more people moving to these states in mass, you're going to see an uptick in those economies.
Next, weather events like hurricanes can have big economic impacts, and an early indicator of how bad a hurricane really is on the ground is the Waffle House index.
So Waffle House tends to be open all the time. Nothing shuts them down. When other restaurants say, hey, there's a hurricane coming, we're closing up shop, Waffle House is still open.
Hurricane schmurricane, there are waffles to be eaten.
But if they start to offer a limited menu, then you know things are really turning bad.
Yeah, the interstate's shut down, but what about my Toddle House Fiesta omelet?
That refers to the supply chain. Can Waffle House get all of the products that they need to make those yummy, yummy hash browns and waffles and things that people rely on in the middle of the night?
Because yes, Waffle House is for breakfast after the bar closes. Okay, what should we end on?
Let's try men's underwear.
Okay, our final weird economic indicator is one that's near and dear to me. It's the men's underwear index.
Men's underwear is something that is only a necessity. It's what they buy when they need to.
I actually own underwear from when my daughter was born. My daughter just graduated from college. They're pretty much just an elastic band holding together some threads that vaguely look like the mesh those little oranges come in at the grocery store. The point is that men only buy underwear when they absolutely have to. So
when we see a dip in men's underwear sales, that means that the economy is in very dire straits.
You could have said when the economy has hit the skids. I mean, it's right there. But this isn't a joke. All the heavy hitters look at the men's underwear index.
Alan Greenspan, former chairperson of the Federal Reserve, said that men's underwear was a particularly good indicator.
Hey, if it's good enough for a Fed chair, it's good enough for me. Weird economic indicators are at the top of the list.